I'm here again on SQL. Let's check another example. I'm going to select 1, 2, 3, 4. I think, let me call this as column 1. And now I can do something interesting. So I can convert this into another data type. An example would be using convert function. And then what can I give after the convert? I can give integer and, for example, signed. This will be a signed integer, meaning that this value expects negative values. So this will convert this string, and when we write this in the table, we will convert this into a numeric data type when I run this query. And whoops, I think here it's signed integer. Sorry, the signed is first and then it's integer. Let's run this one. And as you can see, they seem the same, although of course this is a bit different. As we've learned, SQL is able to convert this because 1, 2, 3, 4 is before of the A. If I put an A here, what we'll have is then a conversion to 0. Now notice, when I've applied a function to something that was not a number or did not begin with the number, I had null. When I apply convert, this converts something to 0. So it doesn't make much sense. Just pay attention when we are trying to convert something into a number. If we have, for example, imagine a flight 1, 2, 3 dash A, B, C, D, E, F. And if I try to convert this to a number, I'll have flight number 1, 2, 3. So I'll just pick up the first part that contains numbers until the first non-numeric character. Although here we can't really visualize it, but we'll see it when constructing our own data. This is indeed a conversion from this data type to an integer data type. Let's do some experiments. Now we know that sign enables negative values and sign doesn't enable. What if we try to convert -1 between quotes to an unsigned integer? What we'll have is some really weird value. What means is that we are getting back to the end of the bytes of the integer data type because we have unsigned. If I put signed, now this converts to -1. Okay, just notice the difference between signed and unsigned. When I use unsigned, that doesn't make any sense at all. Basically, it's giving me the last number available in this integer data type by those ranges that we've seen for the tiny int, the big int, the small int, etc. Why not convert to a big int? Let's check. And I'm going to try it. It doesn't work because these data types don't work with these functions convert or the function cast that we are also going to see, which is similar function to convert. Convert data into these data types, you have to physically alter a specific table. You have to modify a table to be able to do these conversions. To do these explicit conversions, you can only use 7 data types, which are binary, char, date, datetime, time, decimal, and integer. No other data types are supported with this convert function, okay? So just make sure that you are aware of that. This is something that's a bit confusing first, because why do we have a convert or cast function if we can only use these data types to do conversions? Well, that's the way MySQL was developed. I really don't know the answer behind the rationale of just enabling these data types, but surely there should be some rationale for that. But now let's check. I'm trying to convert this. I'm going to convert to signed. If I convert to integer again, it's also supported. I can also convert it to decimal, for example. And here, I don't need a signed. So to decimal, I have here -1. But if I try, for example, as we've seen for the numeric, now here, I'll have, again, an error because this data type is not convertible to. Okay? To have the other data types and convert some column into other data types, we have to physically modify the table, as we will see in the next couple of sections. Also, we can do the following, which is select convert and a number 2017 to char, which is basically, I can put here scol1, which is basically the reverse conversion, picking up 2017, and now 2017 is stored here as a string. Okay, let me also go here and do the following, which is showing you the cast function, which is kind of similar to convert. The only difference is that instead of a comma, we have an as. So here in convert, we have what we want to convert, comma, and the data type that we want to convert to. In this case, with the cast, we have the cast function, what we want to convert, as the data type that we want to convert to. Okay, so if I check here, there you go. This is exactly the same. You may not notice because there's no quotes involved here, but if I write this to a table and then describe that table, this will be a character column, not a numeric column, although we are seeing here a number. Okay, so these are the functions to convert back and forth. Really important things to understand. We have convert and we have cast. We have implicit conversions, which happens when we try to apply a specific function that needs a specific data type. For example, logarithm on text doesn't work. MySQL will try to convert that text implicitly. When I say implicitly, is that we are not giving that instruction explicitly to MySQL. It is MySQL that is doing that on the background. So MySQL will try to convert that into a number so that it is able to apply the logarithm function. Then we have the explicit conversion, which are done based on our functions, such as the convert and the cast function. To do this, we only have 7 data types to which we can use these functions to convert to. Okay, I'll also leave some links in the resources about both this convert and cast function so that you are aware of how they work and why they work in this way. Let's move forward. Now we'll have a couple exercises and quizzes before moving to another really exciting part and where we'll be able to apply most of these concepts that we've learned right now. I know that probably you may feel a bit confused right now because data types are really cumbersome to understand in the beginning. There are a lot of tricks such as this implicit conversion and explicit conversion. Don't worry, because we'll have the opportunity to apply most of these concepts. And now we are armed with this knowledge of data types and we can build our own tables. I advise you to do the quiz and do the case study for this section. I'll see you in the next lecture.